Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So this clip right here was very interesting to me. I'm not going to give you too much preamble about it. I'm just going to allow you to hear what the young lady has to say, and then we're going to discuss it. So without further ado, here we go.
Sure how it's happened, but I'll give you my take on it, right? We've never talked about mental health more before, yet somehow we've become weaker because instead of building emotional strength, we've built a culture that rewards emotional fragility. We've made it normal to break down over minor inconveniences. We've convinced people that if something makes them uncomfortable, it must be harmful. We've created a world where feelings aren't just acknowledged, they're treated like the absolute truth. And we know that feelings are not facts. And here's what that looks like in real life. Discomfort is mistaken for danger. If a conversation makes you uneasy, it must be toxic. If a person challenges you, they must be unsafe. If a situation feels hard, it must be harming you. Boundaries are also being used as walls. Instead of learning how to have difficult conversations, we shut people out completely. Instead of addressing issues, we disappear and call it self-preservation, or I'm protecting my peace or my mental health. Struggle is now being labeled as a crisis. We've also blurred the lines between real hardship and normal life challenges. And instead of navigating stress, we call everything overwhelming. Instead of working through difficulties, we assume that we're just burnt out. We protect feelings over growth. And instead of asking, what is this teaching me? We ask, how do I make this stop? Instead of allowing emotions to come and go, we obsess over them like they define us. We've created a mindset where people believe that emotions should be protected instead of processed. Life isn't going to tiptoe around you. The world isn't going to adjust itself to your emotional needs. I'm not exactly sure.
She was 100% correct. She is 100% correct. And you got people just like this comment that you can see on the screen missing the point as usual. Because, and in my opinion, it is because of our societal move as a whole towards a more feminine way of moving around, thinking, and behaving, a feminized culture. And when I say feminized culture, I'm not demonizing women or femininity. I'm saying that we've glorified the path of least resistance. But the problem with that is that you're soft. And the problem with being soft is that you become afraid of life's challenges. It's the challenges that actually make you grow. You don't know what you're capable of until you face a challenge and overcome it. And what she's saying is absolutely right. Instead of having difficult conversations or meeting a challenge, rising to the occasion of what life is throwing at you, we have created a society where it's quote unquote self-care and self-preservation to simply just avoid as much as possible anything that might be remotely stressful or remotely challenging or remotely unpleasant or remotely, everything has to be, in order to be good and positive, everything has to be fun and it has to be enjoyable and it has to be pleasant and it has to be something that you want to do and volunteer to do. Life does not wait for you to volunteer for any of it. The circumstances and conditions with which we are faced in our lives are going to be a balance of everything. We're going to have challenging times. We're going to have downright crappy times. We're going to have pretty good times, decent times, times where it's like, oh, okay, well, I can deal with this. There's gonna be everything. Life is gonna throw all of us a mixed bag. Okay? Whatever that looks like for you. And growth is in those challenges. You can't grow if you don't figure anything out, or you don't have to figure anything out, or you don't have to do anything. You don't have to come out of your comfort zone for something. Then how are you supposed to learn? The experiences of life are there to teach us lessons, both about ourselves, about other people, about God, about, and we're meant to go through those things in order to learn those lessons, in order to become better people on the other side of that, and move forward with a better understanding about what's going on, about our own selves, and things of that nature, and hopefully move better in the future. We can avoid repeating certain lessons. Now, that doesn't mean that all the lessons stop. It just means that the next challenge is likely going to be something different. Okay? This is why I say this kind of links back to something that I've said before, with people talking about, oh, you got to come into a relationship whole and this and that. And you do, but there's a limit to that, because the relation, you don't know who you are in a relationship until you get in one. And the reason for that is because the relationship presents a challenge. It challenges you to be selfless. It challenges you to be empathetic. Relationships challenge you to think about the other people, the other person in a relationship, to come from their perspective. Relationships challenge you to see yourself how your partner see you. Whether that's good feedback, bad feedback, neutral feedback, whatever it is, it challenges you. Healthy relationships do challenge you to grow as a person, both individually and grow as a spouse, to become better in all of these areas. Because in marriages, children come along. So now there's a different aspect to you that has to be unlocked. Fatherhood or motherhood. You know what I'm saying? And now how do you maneuver in a relationship now that the children have been introduced and things of that nature? So it is an evolution that we're supposed to be going through. We're supposed to go through it. And if you find yourself going through something and you feel like it's just an unreasonable amount, then that's when you then have to step back and ask yourself, if I keep going through the same lesson, or I keep having the same challenge for years and years and years and years, maybe I'm not actually learning the lesson I'm supposed to be learning from this, so that I can move past it. Keep making the same mistake. Keep doing the same thing. Keep thinking the same way. Keep moving the same way. You're going to keep getting the same stuff, whether that's good or bad. It's up to you whether or not you want to keep getting the same results. So she's absolutely right. She didn't say that there was no such thing as something being overwhelming or burnout, or, what she's saying is, we've never had a time where we've spoken more about mental health and been quote unquote more aware of it, but yet at the same time be emotionally and mentally weaker than when we didn't have these conversations as much. Because if we're gonna talk more about mental health, then you should be getting the fortification. Everything is a pathology now. All bad behavior is now linked back to some kind of trauma or mental health. No, sometimes people are just behaving badly because that's what people do. That's the one thing I hate. I'll be looking at videos of people acting a fool all across the board, and inevitably someone will be in a comment section talking about mental health. Oh, what's going on with this person? Nothing. They just being a butthole. That's what's going on with them. That's what's going on with them. You want to know what's going on with them? That's what's going on with them. They're a-holes. That's what it is. They're not going through nothing. Everybody ain't going through nothing. Everybody does not having trauma that they got to work through. Some people are just buttholes like that. Some people just want to behave badly. Some people just want to inflict inconvenience, pain, hurt, something on people. Now they might be miserable, but that don't mean they've been traumatized and now they out to traumatize other people. Some people just on demon time, and that's what it is. And we've gotten to the point in society where we don't want to face that. I see so many stories of young parents, men and women, deleting their kids in dramatic fashion. It was one guy recently just here that threw his son, like a 2 or 3 year old, in the Bronx River, just threw him in there. Came back, the mother's like, "Where's our baby?" And he said, "I threw him in the river." And had did it. The baby gone. Baby gone. Okay? He ain't suffering from no mental health issue. Just on demon time. Everybody ain't suffering. Everything ain't postpartum. Everything ain't, you know what I'm saying, a trauma. And then now we gotta redefine what trauma is, because folks think normal life challenges is trauma. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it is not. Absolutely not. Normal life challenges is not a trauma. You're supposed to be overcoming obstacles. Life is going to put pressure on you. It either make dust or diamonds. It make dust or it make diamonds. You decide which one you want to be. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.